Good afternoon. This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Talking to you on Tuesday at 2. I see cats in the background checking things out. I have a special card that is off of my buffet that I thought I would do today. I just needed to see something cheery and brighter and something happy, something to send to a friend. So we're going to do a special friend card out of the buffet using the Pansy Petals DSP. So hi Susan. So I love this, and this has it has a cool die that I want to show you that we're using too. Hey Terry, hi. Hello ladies. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we will get started here. Let me just see where I have to do that. I'm brand new to this. I haven't done this in a while. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, we're going to go for a ride. So if that bothers you, close your eyes for just a second here. And we will get you lined up, make it a little bit bigger. Here we go. Somebody's playing Words with Friends. Sorry, Joan. I'm busy right now. I was almost on time, and then I have 5 bottles of glue on my desk, but I'm always afraid of running out. I have an irrational fear of running out of glue when I'm in the middle of a video. So I had to get myself a new glue. I don't know why. That's just something weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird. So here's the card. Live life in full bloom. Oh, so nice. I love the purple. And this is the cool die. And that is something that we use our adhesive sheets with. So we'll do that. And then the ones, some of them that were cut out, I put inside. So our friendship is naturally beautiful. So I thought that was kind of a cool card. And then I did use some, I don't know if you can see it, some Wink Stella on the flowers. And hello, Stacy. And so, yeah, kind of a fun card. Bring out some of the others. We have lots of new things, and then we tend to kind of go to the new things and forget about the old things. So this is one of those cards that, and I love the purple, the gorgeous grape ribbon. Love, love, love the bows. So this is the card. Here's all the goodies. So when you come to class, this is exactly how it looks. In here, so we have the bows are all tied because why panic over a bow? And then we do all of our little jewels and gems on a sheet like that so they don't get lost. So this I'm going to stamp my flower on. Here's my circles already cut out and ready to go. This is our adhesive sheet, so that's going to go onto this piece of cardstock, so that I can cut this diamond pattern out. Works so much better that way. So I'm going to move this. So anything that goes inside the card is inside the card. Everything outside the card outside. And look, there we go. That's where the circle came from. So this is on the front of the card. And I always tell people, use your cardstock wisely. So this circle that we're going to use on the front of the card is snuck out of the layer here. So there you go. Use it wisely. That's a good use of space. So this is going to be, I will start building in, this is going to go right over the top of this. So I will start building and getting some of these pieces out of the way, and then we'll start stamping. I like to do it kind of build it a little bit at a time. So this piece, although I'm going to bring this back over here, I'm going to bring my layer here just so that I can see where I'm going when I glue this piece on. I love the gingham. I think it's so great. Now I need to open this bottle. Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for all the cards and the wonderful notes and all for my brother, for my family, regarding my sister-in-law. It really, really much appreciated. And it's kind of fun when he comes by. We see him almost every day. And when he comes by, it's fun to give him a card and read and tell him there's people all over praying for you. And he really appreciates it. So he's having a hard time. So that helps a great deal. Thank you so much. So here's this piece. Okay. Now, one of the great things about gingham is that you know that you're lined up because you have all the nice lines to go by. So this wonderful piece from the pansy petals is going to go here about maybe an inch up. So I'm just going to line it up with my lines there. Oopsie daisy, come back here. Little devil trying to scoot away from me. There. Then I might as well just put this whole panel on here. Where I have a little bit running over, I just cut it off here. Little snip, snip. Okay. And then the big thing is to remember not to put glue in the middle because there is no middle. I tell that story all the time. I did that. One of my first videos. One of my first videos that wasn't like sideways or upside down. It's been a challenge, but I'll tell you, I love this more than I thought I would ever do. I think it's a lot of fun. So here is one of our pieces of adhesive sheets. They come 6 by 12. So you can cut however you want, and then they're in sections. So you pull this off. Let's see here. Sometimes the sticky is on this and sometimes on, okay, here it is. It's on this side. And then I'm just going to put it on here. I'm going to pull off a section at a time. And the adhesive sheet is cut slightly smaller than the cardstock. The thing is that you don't want to get this on your plates, the adhesive sheet. So if it goes over and if you can either cut it off, where it's going to hit onto your your acrylic plates, or you can take your you can powder it and that'll take the sticky away. So there we go. We have that one done. Now I'm going to be doing some other cutting. So before I cut that one out, I'm going to stamp for the flowers because there's a die cut for those also. So my flowers are stamped in Gorgeous Grape. I wanted them all colored. Let's see here. I have a Gorgeous Grape over here. I have so many buckets out that sometimes they're using our spots, which work great. But as long as I have this here. So here's my Gorgeous Grape. Whoops, I keep hitting this. Where are my flowers? Here they are. So here's my flowers. I'm going to stamp them in Gorgeous Grape. Ta-da. And then as long as I'm stamping, I might as well stamp the words here. So I'm going to stamp here. Let's see here, right here. Live life in full bloom. There we go. And that's going to go up here. Good words of wisdom here. All right, and then my leaves are soft succulent, and I'm going to pull that from here. I'm going to put this aside. And so my flowers are going to be popped up on top of there, and right here are going to be my stems. The stems and the leaves, you're only going to see part of them, but that's okay. So I just kind of put them part way on like that. There we go. I think that one is done. And then I did a little coloring. So I colored in the flower, the petals, with the light Highland Heather. Remember, I stamped in Gorgeous Grape. These I'm just going to color over, not the center. The center I'll do with the dark. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. Just goes real fast. And it blends nicely. I know we normally use StazOn, right, when we're using our blends, but some of them you can do with the ink pads too. I didn't want a black line on here. I didn't want the shadowing to be in black, so I went ahead and did it like I wanted to. And this is the dark Highland Heather, and this is for the flower centers. There we go. Ta-da. Okay, and then I went through the leaves here and I colored them in also. So I stamped it in the soft succulent, and I'm using the what am I using? The light, this is light just jade. So there you go. We blended up some different colors here. I wanted it really light. So the just jade gives it sort of a kind of blue tone to it. A little bit different than just the soft succulent. I know it's totally different, and if you would see them next to each other, they would be, but in my mind's eye, it sometimes reminds me of certainly celery. If you've been stamping a while, you know that color, right? It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I think certainly celery had more yellow tones to it, but okay. So now that stamping is done, we need to cut these things out. I'm going to bring over my Mighty Mini machine. Here we go. And let's do this. I'm going to put this flat one on the bottom here. Okay, so remember when you do your die cuts with your adhesive sheet, you might want to go through a couple more times just because it's a little bit thicker now. And the adhesive part goes down. Your die goes on top. There we go. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, it's not good. So here we go. I'm going to run that through a couple of times. I know this kind of pulls when I have a mat underneath here, so I think that twice will probably be the trick. And you can take it out, take a look, kind of try to keep it together. And then I just look, oh yeah, I guess it's cut. I probably could have done it with one. So there we go. And then I want to cut out my flowers real quick. So here are my flowers. Here's the die cut. And I just kind of center them in. If they don't get exactly perfect, you can always trim it up a little bit. I mean, to me it looks good, and then sometimes I'll cut it out and go, oh, well, it's off to one side a little bit. So then I just trim it. It's okay. There we go. We have paper snips that do a lovely job. Well, there you go. And that time it worked just perfect. I wanted to warn you ahead of time before I did something that didn't work. But whew, it worked. Okay, great. So here's my piece. Now you could actually use this. I mean, you have sticky on the back. You could use it on a card and like have little flowers or little hearts in here. You know, use it, I don't know, you could use it as jaws. I don't know. It's all different things. But here it is. And then these just poke out. So I will have all these little diamonds, perfect little diamonds to use. And I'll put those off to the side. I am going to use some of them inside. And then on your dies, there's these extra little holes. And that's just made to, you poke that in and that gets it coming down here. Come on. Now I just pushed it back up. But there we go. And then it just falls right out. So I have the sticky side and the cardstock there. Perfect. Okay. So that piece fits exactly point to point right in this spot that I left open here. So I'm just going to use my pickup tool, kind of get that started, pulling that paper away, maybe. Here we go. Okay. Ta-da. Just like that. Kind of fun. And line this up point to point. So it goes all the way up. I'm looking at this side and this side here. There. Ta-da! And that's all glued on. Now, can you imagine using that with glue? No, I can't. It just wouldn't work. The adhesive sheets are perfect for this. All right, so the front is done. I'm going to glue these two pieces together, my circles, that we cut out with our circle dies ahead of time. Here we go. I kind of got it crooked, so I'm gonna go straight with the words. There we go. And then these are bumped up on top, but I also bumped I bumped it up with dimensionals, popped it up here, whatever term you want to use. It works. I like to have a little dimension, so we have some texture with this piece in here, and now we have a little more dimension, add interest, and I'm going to also pop up the flowers here. So I'll put my dimensionals on there right away. Ta-da. Okay. There's our card. First layer, just pulling off the backing. There we go. I'll line it up here, just like this. I wanted some of this to show, and I'm just kind of, I guess I left it a little closer to this side because I'm going to have the bow over here. There we go. There's that. And here's my flowers. And they're just going to go right like this. Ta-da. And then my little bow goes on with glue dots. So what I do is I pick the glue dot up. I usually do 2 and put it right where I want it, where I want the bow to go. If it's a heavier, this bow is very light, like that. And again, I'm going to color my little daisy in with the lighter Highland Heather. So here we go. I wanted kind of the Highland Heather is a little pinkier, and it gives it a nice, it's a nice companion color with the gorgeous grape. There. And I think then I did the center with the dark, just like on the front. There. Ta-da. And then my little pattern here. So my little squares I have. Now I need to just use my pickup tool and pull that paper back. There we go. I did 4 of them, so I'm just going to start here. There we go. Try to get it straight. Hopefully get it straight. And then what I'm going to do is the next one I'm going to do on the other side, like over here. There we go. Matching up the bottom is what I'm trying to do, kind of get it close. There. Then I'll work my way in. And then I have extra ones left over for another project. There. And one more. So I have 3 left to do with whatever. Make sure you don't throw them out. Because look, this is a nice, adds a little interest. Goes along with the gingham with the checks, squares pattern. I think it looks nice. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. And glue this up. All right. There. Ta-da. Our friendship is naturally beautiful, like the flowers. Love it. There. And remember when you're doing your blends and coloring them in, they always look a little bit darker until they dry, right? So sometimes the colors look a lot different, but once they dry, you'll see that they lighten up a little bit. So there we go. There's our friendship card today. So I used, the set that I used is the flowering rain boots with the dies. That's where the flowers came from, and that's where this came from. That's in the mini catalog. And then the pansy petals is this DSP. So just so you know what I did. And I used up my blends were the Highland Heathers, light and dark, and I stamped them with Saw Succulent, but I colored them in with the light Just Jade for my leaves there. Ta-da! I should cover this up. So there we go. Not sure what monkey cut kit I'm going to be playing with tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and we'll do some winging it on Wednesday. Here's this one. Ta-da! There we go. Love this die cut. Let me turn the camera around. Oh, good, Susan. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad that you like it. It's I love the color.